Hi class, so we're still in dividing integers notes. We're now just in the second part of those notes. So if you notice, I'm still on my same notebook page of division, right? But I'm just going down because I have a new subheading. And the new subheading or question is, what if there is a 0 in my division expression? So what if there's a 0 in my division expression? Well, half the time, that means your answer is 0, and half the time, it doesn't work. So let's figure out which is which. So in order to represent this, I try to do a visual. So remember that 0 represents nothing. Quite physically, it represents the word nothing or no value. So let's look at this. Say that I have 2, say I have an expression 0 divided by 2. Well, to represent nothing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box with my highlighter. So this box right here represents 0. This whole box. This is 0. This is nothing. Well, it says I'm going to divide this box in 2. Okay, it's divided into 2. What do I have still? I have 2 nothings. I still have nothing. Right? I divided my nothing into 2, but it's still nothing. It's 2 sections of nothing. Well, okay, let's take it a step further. What if I divided it by 6 now? So I'll take my little 0, I'll create it. This is a big box of nothing. Big box of nothing. And I'm going to divide it 6 ways. What do I have left? I still have 6 separate sections of nothing. So I hope we're seeing a pattern here. And the pattern is when you start with nothing, you end with nothing. What does that mean in terms of math? Well, when 0 is our dividend or our starting number, when we're starting with nothing, then the quotient is nothing, which means it's 0, right? So what is 0 divided by 2? 0 divided by 2 is actually 0. 2 sections of nothing is still nothing. It's still 0. What's 0 divided by 6? 0. Right? If you start with nothing, you end with nothing. So if 0 is our dividend, the quotient is 0, right? If we start with nothing, we end with nothing. Well, let's reverse this. What if I had 6 divided by 0? This was 2 first. So what if I had 2 divided by 0? Or 6 divided by 0? Notice now 0 is the divisor. So I'm going to put this up here. 0 is your dividend, right? It's what you start with. Whoop, whoop. Now, going down, 0 is our divisor. It's what we are cutting 2 and 6 by. So it's second now, right? Okay, well, in this case, I don't start with nothing, right? What I start with is manipulative. So if I have 2, and I can start with 2 positives, I have 2 positives. Division is basically cutting these into a certain amount, right? Certain groupings. Well, if I divide it by nothing, so if I put this big box around it, what's my answer? Well, it's not 0 because I still have 2 there. It's not 2 because I am technically dividing by something. What this is just a hot mess. This is called confusion. Confusion. Why? Because you can't divide by nothing. So the technical answer when your divisor is 0 is undefined. It's actually not a definable number that we have. Undefinable. It's undefined. It's actually not an existing number that we can define. That means undefined. Okay, well, let's try 6. Same thing. Zoop, 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 zoop. All right, let's try to divide it by this. Again, I'm getting no groupings. All I'm getting is a yellow box over 6 positives. What the heck does that entail? Again, confusion. So what is my answer? Again, it's not definable, so it's called undefined. Now, what did we learn? Before, when it was the dividend, if you start with nothing, you end with nothing. In this case, when it's the divisor, your main takeaway is you can't divide by nothing. If it's your divisor, you literally can't physically divide a number by nothing. You can't do it. It's undefinable. So really important we know that. We will be assessed on that. So you got to know the difference between the dividend and the divisor. Let's come back to class and practice this. Thank you.